Is MyMacros Plus the most user-friendly macro tracking app? Hi, I'm Janine with Feasco.com. Before trying the MyMacros Plus app, I had read so many reviews that were really conflicting. And while some users were reporting that they loved their experience with the app, others were saying that it was really difficult to use with a poor food database. So I purchased MyMacros Plus and I tried it for 1 month, and so did my colleague who is a certified nutrition coach. Today, I'm going to share my entire experience with you, including what I liked, what I didn't, and who I think should and should not use it, so you can see if it's right for you. And as always, I have linked the full blog post in the description. This is going to have more information on how we tested the product, how you can save money on the app if you decide to purchase it, and any alternatives that we recommend. So let's dive right in. I found MyMacros Plus to be one of the most user-friendly tracking apps that I've tested. Unlike other apps that only focus on calorie counting, like the LoseIt app, MyMacros Plus has an emphasis on tracking macros, protein, carbs, and fats, and it does an excellent job at doing so. Now, if you're not looking for a macro tracking app, if you're looking for an app that would be helpful with improving your relationship with food overall, as well as losing weight, I suggest you take a look at our blog post on the Noom app, which I've linked in the description as well, in case you're interested in an alternative. But let's get back to MyMacros Plus. There is no free version, but for only $1.99 a month, you can customize your calorie and macro goals, which compared with other apps like MyFitnessPal, which is over $20 a month, that's pretty cost effective. I used the premium version of the app for the majority of the time that I was testing it out, which gave me access to the Macro Coach feature that helped me to calculate my ideal macronutrient split based on my current weight and body composition goals. However, it was only available if I signed up for the premium version of the app for $9.99 a month. So I was offered a 7-day free trial before purchase, which I thought was pretty reasonable, so I decided to try it. The Macro Coach can customize your macros for you, which I thought was a great feature that the premium version of the app offers if you aren't comfortable with calculating your own calorie and macro targets on your own. The Macro Coach also has the ability to adjust your calories and macros based on your weekly weigh-ins. So here's what I liked about MyMacros Plus. I found that logging food was very easy, and I love that I had the ability to change the measurements of each food seamlessly and easily. My favorite part of the app, though, was how visible the macronutrient content of each food was. I also really liked how the exact macro breakdown of each meal was boldly displayed, since I find this feature is a feature that is usually lacking in other food tracking apps. I also really liked that while the app was definitely macro focused, it also did a good job of displaying the calorie content of each food and meal along with daily calorie targets. MyMacros Plus also allows you to create as many meals as you want and customize the names of each meal rather than having to follow the traditional breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack layout. The app has a very simple and straightforward layout, and even without paying for the premium version, you can set your own calorie and macro targets and track your daily meals. Now, for some things that I didn't like about MyMacros Plus, the food database was severely lacking. Although it does claim to have a database of 5 million foods, the fact that MyMacros Plus food database didn't include a significant number of everyday foods that I normally eat and I'm able to track easily on other tracking apps, this was enough to turn me off from the app entirely. I found quite a few of the foods I was trying to log, such as my specific brand of coconut yogurt and my favorite protein bar, were not available in the food database. I was surprised since I am normally able to find these foods in other food tracking apps that I've used. And then I tried to log some of my favorite meals from popular restaurants, and I was met again with no matching foods in the database. I also didn't like that MyMacros Plus required a separate download and fee in order to track workouts. Most other food tracking apps that I've tested give you the ability to track your workouts within the app without additional cost. However, overall, I think this app has more positives than negatives. I think MyMacros Plus is a great app for dieters focused primarily on their macronutrient intake rather than simply calorie intake. It's also great for anyone who eats similar foods daily since it creates a frequent foods list, which makes food logging so much easier since the food database isn't really that great. The app would also be good for anyone who's on a tight budget because it gives you meal tracking and displays the macronutrients for all of your food for only $1.99 a month, which is a steal compared to other similar apps. I think this app would not be great for anyone who wants an app that offers more than just calorie and macro tracking. If you're looking for additional values such as recipes and customized meal plans, this app really isn't for you. It's also not great for anyone who relies heavily on a diverse food database and doesn't like to custom log their foods since the database is limited. I hope that you enjoyed this review. I've linked the full blog post in the description, which has more information on how we tested the product product, how to save money on the app if you decide to purchase it, and any alternatives that we recommend. And if you're looking to have a better relationship with food, I recommend checking out our blog post on Noom, which I have also linked in the description. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you like this review, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next review.